This Notion AI brain saves everything for me and writes a summary of everything I want to read and watch, and weekly sends an email to summarize everything I wanted to read, but I didn't have time to do it. Let's see how we can build it. I'm sure you have lots of videos, lots of X threads, and lots of articles you want to read or watch later. But most of the time you don't have time or you don't forget to do that. Today we'll create an automation system, a second brain with Notion, Make.com, and Gemini that will do everything for you, read your daily articles, and even give you a weekly summary so you don't miss anything. Let's see how we can build it.
Well, first thing we need is a list of content we save from internet. It can be some X threads, YouTube videos, or articles. As you can see, I have put some samples here, some X threads from SEMrush, two of my videos, and two of my articles on Medium, just for sample of the video. For creating this database and connecting it to make.com, if you had any questions, just ask me. I can answer in the comments or create another video for how to connect this database to make.com. And for saving content on your database, you can add them one by one manually. When you study something somewhere, you can just copy paste the name and the URL and the source of the content you read because it's important for our automation. You can add them manually or you can use the Save to Notion extension on your Chrome. It comes to your toolbar when you are visiting any content. You can click on it and add it to your table. Well, let's see how our automation works. As you can see, we have lots of modules here for reading the content and converting it to readable text and sending it to Gemini and then exporting it to Notion, and it will work daily. Let's see how they work. Don't worry, I know it's too many modules, but it's easy to create them. The first one is a Notion module. We are going to use it to connect to our database in Notion. As you can see, it has a connection. As I said earlier, if you had any questions about how to connect your make.com to your Notion database, just let me know. Here, you should search for data source ID. It means the database you created. If you click on search and type the name of your database, it will show it. And something is very important here. You add a filter, a status equals to new. So it will read only the content that is new in your database. It's good to put this limit high because you might add many more content in your database and it will read it every day and send them to our next module. You can save it here. Here we need a filter again. It's good to add it, and as you can see, I added it here. The property value status, it reads it from the settings from the Notion database here. As you can see, here is the status. We click on the name. So if the name equals to new, you can pass it to our next router.
One of the most important modules here in Make.com is a flow, is a router that will tell the scenario if it is reading a content that is extra, is it a YouTube video or is it an article, and it will send it to different routes. So the different modules will read them and give us some summaries.
This module is a router that will somehow divide our content based on their status to different HTTP request modules. As you can see, there are different filters here. Is it a YouTube video? Is it an X Twitter thread? Or is it an article? If it's a YouTube, we'll create a module here. And for creating filters, you just right click for the connection and set up filter. I have set up the filter. As you can see, I will click on it. It shows if the property value URL, as you can see, we added the URL of our content here in our database in Notion and it reads it, okay? If it contains youtube.com and it is case sensitive, it is youtube.com, or if the URL again contains case sensitive YouTube.b, as you know, these are the URLs we see in YouTube videos. If they are equal, you can pass the data source to this module. What is this module? It's a make a request module, and we use Rapid API module to read the transcript of the videos. I have talked about it in my other videos, that to read the video transcript. You can watch the video to learn it, and we just put our Rapid API host and key here, and the parameter, what should it search. The name is URL, and the property value is the URL of the video. Again, it will read it from our database in Notion. And nothing to change here, only parse response, yes. Save it, and it will send it to here, a module that is a tool in make.com. It's a set variable. What does it do? It will read the content of the uh, scraper of the HTTP request and convert it to text. As you can see, we just create a name here. We will use it again in other modules in the next steps. But variable value, if it will just read the text that we get from this maker request. As you can see, it is data content text. It will read it from this module. We will save it. I will talk about these error handlers later in the video. The next one, if the content is X or Twitter, we click on it. As you can see, it has if the URL value contains twitter.com or if it contains x.com, pass the content to this module. What is this one? This one is another HTTP request. It's another API we can use to read the URL. I will put the details of this in the description of the video. And as you know, I will put the link of this whole automation scenario in the descriptions. You can just copy and use it. The method is get and only parse response, yes. It will read the contents of the whole thread that we saved in our Notion database. Again, it will send it to a set variable module, which is default. And as you can see, it is again final scrape text. And the variable value is data text we get from the module of Twitter. Data and text from here. We'll save this one. Okay, if the content was an article, it will just send it to this request. This one is easier. As you can see, if the property value does not contain x.com or does not contain twitter.com, does not contain youtube.me, or does not contain youtube.com, it means they are not YouTube or X, so they are articles we read from different websites. Because we cannot put all of their URLs here, we will just exclude the YouTube and X and save it here. It will send it to this HTTP request. And here we use the API of another very good AI service, Gina.ai. It's free and you can just sign up and it doesn't need any authentication. You just put the URL from your Notion database at the end of this URL and it will read the whole text and there's no need to parse the response in this module. We'll save it. Again, it sends it to a set variable module. We have final scrape text is the variable name and the variable value is the data we get from our 12 HTTP module. So we will save it. And for these resume error handlers, I just have to talk to you about it. You just, for creating them, what do they do? If any error happens in these HTTP module, it will just resume and go to the next content. It might happen sometimes for the different websites, different videos, maybe the API doesn't work correctly. We need to add them in after HTTP request modules. You just right click and add error handler. It's not here because I've already added, and you just search for resume and it's added here. As you can see, there's no need for any setting here. It's just a flow control module. So here's the brain of our scenario. As you can see, I added another router here. You can add routers easily here, just clicking plus, and it goes here to another. This one is get variable. As you can see, all of them are set variables. This one is get variable. What is it? What variable it gets? It just gets the final scrape text. So every data, every content that these modules get, they go to a variable named final scrape text, and we use all of them and we just send them to our brain, our lovely Google Gemini AI.
The brain part is very important. Our lovely Gemini is going to do all of the heavy things here. It's going to read everything for us and write the summary and put it in a format that is very readable, eye-catchy, and easy to read. And we'll put them all back in the Notion.
This module from Gemini is a generator response. As you can see, I've connected my API key to it. If you had any questions about how to connect them, just ask me in the comments. I will try to answer as clearly as possible. I use Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is fast and cheap to use. It doesn't consume lots of tokens from my account. And the text here. This part is very important. It's kind of a formula we add for the role of our Gemini. It will get the variable of final scrape text, and if it was empty, it will show us an error in the output of Gemini. But if it's not empty, it will send this text to our system instruction. The system instruction here is very important. As you can see, this is the prompt I gave it. Your senior knowledge management and content strategy assist. As you know, we want this module to read the important parts, analyze the provided text, and output a response, and using markdown structure, giving us a clear output of the content we gave it. It should have executive summary, which has a single punchy sentence explaining exactly what the content is about, and the core insights of the content, what are the important parts of the content, and it should give me 3 insights and a strategic application. How can I use this content? As you know, this is kind of summarizing the content, and it is telling me how to use this content and is it useful for me and how I can use it. I can use it, and it will add suggested tags to the content as well. Well, we will save it here. It will put the output. Now we needed to put it back in our Notion database. Well, as you can see, the Notion database is connected again, and the module we use is update a data source item. It's going to update our database. Let's see, updated by database legacy. Again, select from the list. I will just search for the name of my database and database item ID. It will just get the page ID from our first Notion module, the one that is in the beginning of our scenario. Nothing need to change here, only it will update the summary column of our database and put the result we get from Gemini to that column. As you can, this is done here, but we need this scenario to run daily and check our list every day. So we will click on this clock icon here and save it, run scenario every day. We can say to run it, for example, not every day at, for example, 8 a.m. is fine. So it will wake up because of us and read every new article and every new content we added to our database. Just save it here and activate the scenario so it will run daily. And save it here. It's all done.
So now we have daily summary of all of the articles that we saved. We can read them one by one. But if you want to have a weekly summary in our email, maybe we forget to check our Notion, we'll create another scenario that will read the whole database of our Notion and give us a weekly summary of the articles, videos, and threads that we like to read.
Well, this scenario is a weekly summary and it's simpler than the last one, which read the daily articles. This one will run. I will click on the clock here and we will put it on days of the week. And for example, only on Saturday, I wanted to run on, for example, 1 a.m. and read everything that I have saved in the week. So every Saturday it will run and read what will it do? We can check it here. We go to Notion. We need a search object module here. We will search again for our database. And if the status equals processed, it means the status of the, it means we had a summary of that content. And we need a filter here, data captured. So it will only check the data that is added in the last week and is processed and it has a summary. We will say, and the limits should be as maximum as possible. We will save it here. And the tools, we need a text aggregator. So it will read every every new content summary. The source module is this module. So we need a row separator, so you should check advanced setting and row separator. Your separator should be a new row, so it will put them in new row one by one. And what is the text it's going to use? It will read the title from this module, the URL, the source, and the summary. It will read them and aggregate them to send them to our Gemini module again. We again need a Gemini generator response module. It's again connected to my API. We will just give it a text, the text that we got from our aggregator. And we here again need a good prompt to tell it to create a summary, weekly summary, and send and put it in an HTML email body so it will show very well in our Gmail. It needs header, weekly analysis, and it needs a table so it will show that all of the weekly content we added to our AI brain in Notion. I will put this prompt in the description and you can use it, or you can copy all of the scenarios. Don't change anything here, just save it. The last but not least module is sending an email. I've just connected my Gmail to make.com and I put my other email here for sending, and the subject is your second brain weekly synthesis. The body type is raw HTML, and the content is the result we get from Gemini. Well, it's all set and we can check it live. Let's see how these two scenarios work together.
As you can see, the brain only has the name, URL status, and the source type of the content I want to study. And the summary is empty. Let's run the scenario. Well, it reads the content from Notion and filters them. Some of them are sent to the X module, some of them are sent to the YouTube, and the others are sent to the article module. As you can see, it's reading them one by one, and all of them are going to be in a variable. And now all of them are in Gemini and saved in the Notion one by one. So our database is becoming completely full, and we can see the summaries again in our database. As you can see, Gemini have filtered all of them. The status is now processed, and the summary of each content is fully in the database. I can read them when I have time, and I don't have to read all the articles or watch the YouTube videos completely. The summary is all here. Now let's check the weekly scenario. It's reading the data from Notion, sending it to Gemini. Gemini is writing the weekly summary. It's now getting completed and it will be sent in the Gmail module. Well, Gmail sent the email. Let's now check the email and see the output. As you can see, the title is very sharp and long. We have the summary of week here and a table that shows every content and its source and the summary of it. You can click on the links and it also shows the link of the videos in the email completely. So this is it. As you see, we created an automation system that will read the whole web for us. No matter it's an article, X-thread, or a YouTube video, it will read it for us and give us some summary and even insights, actionable insights to us, so we can use it easily. If you like this video, please post some comments, give me some feedback so I can create more useful, practical videos for you. If you want to learn more about how to use the AI for your automation systems, how to use them in your business or your marketing, please watch my playlist of AI for marketing. Thank you again for watching the video. See you soon.